Dragons are renowned mythical creatures that have captured the imagination of people throughout history. These giant lizards are typically depicted with fire-breathing capabilities, making them a popular subject of tales and stories across various cultures. It's no wonder that dragons can be found in everything from books and novels to popular media such as movies and TV shows. However, one question that still remains is the origin of these fascinating creatures. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on notifications to receive our new videos. Is it even logical to believe that real creatures like dragons existed? A creature of this size flying in the sky and spewing fire from its trumpet seems highly unlikely. However, the strangest thing is that almost all ancient cultures mention dragons, from China and India to the Middle East and Europe. It is interesting to note that in Western civilizations, particularly in Europe and the Americas, dragons are often depicted as huge creatures with strong legs, sharp claws, long necks, and wings that resemble those of bats. However, the portrayal of dragons is very different in China. Dragons have been a prominent figure in many ancient cultures worldwide, and each civilization has its unique interpretation of this mythical creature. While Western depictions show dragons as large, winged beasts, the Chinese dragon is more snake-like in appearance, and the Persians had their own version of the dragon named Isis. In various cultures and mythologies, dragons have been described in different ways. For instance, in Persia, they were depicted as massive yellow dragons with horns, and in India, they had Vritra. In Greek mythology, the Hydra was a dragon-like creature with multiple heads. In Scandinavian mythology, there is a dragon named Bened-Hogar, located in the northern region. Additionally, the ancient Egyptians had a large serpent-like creature known as Abap, or Ap-Opus. This creature closely resembled the Chinese dragon, and the Egyptians also depicted a creature called Watchet. This creature resembled a snake. Throughout history, various cultures and communities across the world have spoken about dragons, despite being separated by thousands of kilometers. While there may be differences in their descriptions and appearances, the existence of dragons has been a common thread among many ancient civilizations. This has sparked curiosity and led people to question whether dragons really existed or if there is a different explanation for their prevalence in ancient mythology. According to one popular theory, the mythical creatures that ancient civilizations referred to as dragons were dinosaurs. People have been discovering fossils, large bones, and huge skulls for centuries. For a long time, people on Earth were unaware of the existence of dinosaur fossils. The Chinese, for instance, encountered these remains more than 1,000 years ago. They believed that they had stumbled upon mighty dragons and recorded their findings in historical records. The bones were so large that the Chinese had never seen anything like them before and began to draw them. An imaginative idea about these mythical creatures is that they were once powerful rulers of the earth. They could fly and breathe fire. They could light up the darkness and do anything they wanted. Every civilization has been creative in its descriptions of dragons. For instance, in Chinese kindergartens, they teach that dragons used to talk to humans and were wise, kind, and loving creatures. Dragons were known for their goodness and peaceful nature. In contrast to Eastern civilizations that revered dragons, Western civilizations demonized them. They sometimes described the dragon as Satan himself, and their literature was full of tales about legendary heroes who fought dragons and defeated them, so that good would triumph over evil. Dinosaur fossils have been discovered in almost every part of the world, leading to various interpretations and legends among ancient civilizations. Over time, these perceptions were passed down from generation to generation until they eventually evolved into the legend of the dragon that we know today. That's an interesting theory regarding the origin of the dragon myth. The idea that some types of dinosaurs had wings and could fly is quite intriguing. The Quetzalcoatlus dinosaur, with its impressive wingspan and towering height, could have easily inspired the dragon myth. It's fascinating to think how ancient civilizations interpreted the world around them and how those interpretations evolved over time. According to another hypothesis, dragons are mythical creatures that originated from the imaginations of ancient people. They have no connection whatsoever with dinosaur fossils, and they never truly existed. The idea suggests that humans during the early stages of civilization enjoyed imagining a creature that was incredibly powerful. They started combining different animals into one, such as a lion with a snake, bat, falcon, and crocodile, and blended them together. The result of this blending was the creation of the mythical dragon. It is noteworthy that the shape of the dragon described in myths resembles either a crocodile or a lizard, as depicted in Western perception, or the head of a lion, as portrayed in Chinese perception. The dragon depicted in some representations has wings like a bat and claws like a hawk, and its body is covered in scales resembling a fish. It is believed to be a hybrid creature resulting from the merging of several powerful animals. That's an interesting perspective. The dragon's characteristics may have been inspired by reptiles or snakes, as humans have a natural fear of these animals. Additionally, ancient civilizations often incorporated animals into their beliefs and practices, so it wouldn't be surprising if dragons were portrayed in different forms. There is a question that needs to be addressed. Could a creature with dragon-like characteristics, as found in mythology, exist in reality? Would an animal of that size and specifications be capable of flight? Is there any existing animal that can spew fire from its mouth? In regards to the first part, the question is whether it is possible to fly on a dragon or not. The answer is no, because the dragons that people imagine and see in movies are depicted as enormous creatures, each weighing tons. If you observe their appearance in Western culture, you'll notice that they have incredible muscle mass, as if they never miss a day at the gym. Accordingly, a creature with these features is not only challenging to fly, but also to jump a few meters up. There are several reasons why animals need a light and fragile skeleton to fly. However, the imaginary dragon's skeleton is not like that at all. Unlike the dinosaur Quetzalcoatlus, which we discussed earlier, the imaginary dragon's skeleton is not designed for flight, even though it is as tall as a giraffe. It's interesting to note that even though an imaginary dragon may have a light weight of around 70 kilograms, its body structure doesn't resemble that of a bird, which is designed for flying. Instead, the dragon's body is similar to that of a predatory animal such as a lion or a tiger. This makes the idea of a dragon being able to fly seem unlikely, as the body structure of creatures that fly is specifically designed to interact with the dynamics of pressure and air. Unlike Quetzalcoatlus, a dinosaur built for flight, the dragon's skeleton is not designed for flying. Regarding the second part, there is an animal that produces fire from its mouth. Although it's challenging, it's not impossible. Yes, the animal kingdom does not have creatures that blow fire from their mouth, but some creatures do things similar to this. When the bombardier beetle senses danger, it emits smoke and hot spray from its body, the temperature of which reaches about dead degrees Celsius, and when it takes it out, it makes the sound of an explosion. The researchers were baffled by the beetle's ability to expel hot liquids without being burned. They couldn't understand how such a fragile creature could produce boiling liquids within its body. However, upon investigation, they discovered that the beetle does not heat the fluids in its body at all. This is a fascinating idea. It's incredible how nature has a way of protecting itself. The bombardier beetle's defense mechanism is truly remarkable. It's amazing how the two substances in its body can interact with each other to form such a strong exothermic chemical reaction. If a dragon could produce a substance like diethyl ether, it would be possible for a dragon to breathe fire from its mouth. Until now, no fossils of dragons have ever been found. All the information we have about dragons comes from myths and ancient tales. Therefore, it can be confidently stated that the dragons we see in films and series are unlikely to exist in their depicted form. However, smaller animals resembling dragons may have lived in the past and could fly. It is also possible that they could expel hot liquids from their mouths,